Hello, beautiful people. Good evening. Happy Saturday. Welcome back to the Sorry Shoot Podcast. It's your boy ARP. Shout out to all the members, the mods, and the whole chat on the way in. What are we, 8:20 tonight? Yeah, evening lives. It's something they got to deal with. We got a lot of fun news to go over today. We got a very, very interesting battle rap segment. You know, we're going to talk about the Easy versus Twerk. I got some topics around that as well for y'all. Y'all see the title, right? The title probably leading y'all all over the place. I get it. I did that on purpose. I normally don't create vague titles. I'm just doing that to kind of play with it on the channel. I'm being dead serious with y'all to see pretty much how that can ring from a YouTube engagement standpoint, algorithmic standpoint, even a YouTube promotion standpoint, when the topics of my live surpass the people's interest that's in the metadata, even with a vague tag. So I'm really just testing that. But we are going to talk about that title. Sometimes the snitch is right. That ain't no clickbait. That is not no fucking clickbait. Yeah, we're going to talk about sometimes the snitch is right. Okay. We got a bunch of sports to go through real quick. Got like 3 or 4 sports pieces to touch base on. So fun stream today. I normally like to get right to it. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of people that just like, come on, ARP, I'm here for my damn news. Cut out that long ass intro shit. You've been doing that for 13, 14 years. But since it's 8:20 in the evening and all that, we're about to get started. Give me a second to warm up. I want to let y'all know too. I will be watching The Shining tonight. Yes, I've seen it before, but the whole Welcome to Derry series, I never knew that there was a connection. So if you've been watching Welcome to Derry, you know the connection to The Shining. And then I looked it up yesterday and I said, oh shit, The Shining came out before I was born. I had no clue. All I remember is the red rum and homie losing his fucking mind at the end and chasing niggas through the snow and shit and the axe through the door and all that classics. That's all I remember. And so after this stream, I'm gonna pour me up a glass of wine, maybe, pop me a little bag of popcorn or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna throw The Shining on and kind of refresh that because the whole linking to Darian, it and everything. Stephen King is a master with that shit, intertwining all his movies and whatnot. They say there's a thin line between like genius and being crazy. I'll give you one quick example of that before we get started. Classic Eddie Griffin skit when he said, the person that created the telephone had to be crazy. He said, just think about the actual thought. I wish I could talk to somebody that wasn't here. Hello. And he acted it out. And the thing about like, imagine the first person that had that idea. How can I talk to somebody that isn't here? The person that's there next to that nigga is just looking at him like, yeah, he's on that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's a thin line sometimes. We watch some of these movies, we watch some of the Stephen King shit, even The Matrix. It's like, how do you come up with that? It's a thin line between being crazy and genius sometimes. Sometimes. Okay, we warmed up. Everybody here? I saw somebody in the chat ask me if I saw the Chappelle new series or new show yet. I haven't. Sometime between today and tomorrow, I'm gonna try to catch that. But let's start working. Y'all ready? All right, let's go. Very, very quick news, just to make sure that we up to date, because we've been covering the news around Ebro and New York radio, general radio changes when it comes to streaming and the impact of it, this new era of AI. But Charlemagne, he was a part of this rumor. Will he still be there in 2026? He had the audio saying nobody knows what's coming. It sounded like he was putting out some possible messaging, right? But lo and behold, Charlemagne the God, this smart Hulk re-ups with iHeartMedia for $200 million. Congratulations, homie. Congratulations to Charlemagne. Charlemagne, a very intelligent, very smart, very clever, very controversial, extremely entertaining, one of the best radio personalities in the history of radio. So we got to give people what they deserve. When somebody makes an impact, when somebody is very, very good at what they do, when they bring a lot to a certain space and you see people uphold them, give them their opportunities, give them the bags that they deserve, you got to celebrate it, man. Same thing in my space, man. When I see great league owners, great battle rappers, great bloggers, I try to keep the mind state of, man, we gotta save those people. We gotta preserve those people. We gotta uphold those people. No different in the world of movies. We don't want to see Denzel retire, but I think he's talking about retirement, right? We don't want to see these type of things happen. So when we got our greats, let's support them. Charlemagne ain't no angel. He ain't perfect over his career, but this man deserves this $200 million. And I'm happy to see it, man. In today's economy, big bags like this still dishing out. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with the rest of these folks, right? But Charlotte looks like he's good right now, okay? So salute to him. I needed that quick update for us. Let's go to sports. Hey, Stiz, if you out there, if you're watching, Stiz, we're going to come your direction in a second. Yeah, Stiz, I got you. We're going to talk for a second, but we'll start right here with Jake Paul, right? So Jake Paul confirms his jaw is broken after tonight's fight. All right, let's look at some of the footage, the highlight of pretty much what sealed the deal. Oh, this is the X-ray. So you see the two cracks here, right? I'm gonna say that this is a real picture. Why not? Because this video right here, this is damn sure a real ass punch.
Hands down, and his chin served on the platter for that right hand right there. And look at Jake Paul's face. Hands down, and his chin served on the platter for that right.
Josh is a big guy. That's a big punch. He is a legitimate professional heavyweight. Legitimate. This is why nobody had Jake Paul winning this fight. And it wasn't just because when we saw the face-off. Give me a second with this one. It wasn't just when we saw the face-off of this guy looking up and saying, from a height distance, from a reach distance, from a weight disadvantage, from a professional versus YouTube boxer, everything, experience, everything. Nobody sees it. And whoever had their money on Jake Paul just got extra money to throw away for the odds. You know what I'm saying? 20-1 odd bets or whatever. Fuck it. Let me get Jake Paul just in case some miracle shit happens, right? A puncher's chance, maybe. He's still a strong guy. You never know. But this is not supposed to be a fight that Jake Paul was supposed to win. And if he would have won it, I think it hurts the boxing industry tremendously, right? So this is a real punch. We're in an era where sports are being questioned through the roof, okay? It's not just the Gilbert Arenas thing. It's not just the Chauncey Billups thing, and was that a Rico or whatever? We saw how big that news is this year, all right? It's not just that, but sports betting and then sports corruption has been forever. It's just things are in our face now. Okay, we have all these cameras, we have all this technology, we get to replay and watch things on the internet and watch things get broken down a million times, where we're going to watch the Jake Paul and the Tyson shit and say, Mike Tyson just pulled this punch right there. That shit is fake. Nah, y'all niggas got me. Y'all got me. Y'all robbed me. It's easy for us to see. All right. Now, when you compliment the corruption and the shitty sports betting, and look how big sports betting is right now. We're not in the old school era where the internet and all the opportunity isn't there, and all you got to really deal with for the most part is like organized crime, the mafia coming in and getting in some of these matchups and some of these sports arenas and saying, hey, yeah, throw some of that bread my way. Extortion at its finest. It's not just that. You got like the FanDuels of the world, and the average Joe is really just even making careers out of this shit. Look at all these fucking parlays and people's getting into whatever. Like, gambling is huge now across the internet at the punch of a button from your cell phone, from your smartphone. So of course there's going to be corruption times a million from what it was in the past. Now in this fight right here, did Jake get carried slightly? That's a narrative. Maybe. When you watch it, maybe. Do we really want to see one round if you're preserving the bag? Because I saw a number of like $184 million a couple of days ago. I don't know if that was the purses between these two guys combined. I don't know if that was the projected gate for this fight. Either way, there's too much money involved to fuck it up. Jake Paul, at the end of the day, still has a mega draw. So even if this is going to be a real fucking right hand that sits him on his back pockets, you still got to think about the bag. You still got to think about tomorrow. You still got to think about the brands involved. So did he get carried? I don't know. I don't know. Jake Paul was out here before the fight threatening to sue people. So allegedly, he didn't want no narratives around that shit. He wants his bag and his integrity around his fights, especially after the Tyson shit. I'm gonna say allegedly, but that was definitely a real right hand that man took. And I also ended like this: he's lucky it didn't put him out, because I don't give a fuck about if you're the toughest. Anybody can be put to sleep with the right punch. Anybody, any man. Okay, he's lucky he didn't go out from that punch. All right, so we can slice it how we want to slice it. But when you see that blood in his mouth in a post interview and you see him struggling to stretch his jaw while he's talking, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad they put a little bit of integrity back around his fights and in the boxing arena, because we're in a bag era. It's not just about the best of the best and, real boxing matches. We see all types of stuff happening these days, right? And speaking of all types of stuff happening these days, before I go to Stiz, this is what I mean. And I mean this respectfully, okay? I mean this respectfully. Anderson Silva, I love the man. I've been watching him since I was a kid. His early MMA years and all that. I've been watching Anderson Silva forever. This man is 15 years old and put Woodley on his ass. Stopped him actually in this fight. But when I say the bag era and things all over the place from sports, think about it. These are MMA fighters, okay? They're putting on boxing bouts. And at the end of the day, this is a 50-year-old. The bag era. If something can be sold, it's going to be sold, whether it really is credible like that or not. There's still talks of Mike Tyson versus Mayweather right now. I mean, hello, wake up. Let's not be left behind. But even still, shout out to Anderson Silva.
Woodley would probably eat himself up to that a little bit.
Christian Contra digging in, Silva lighting up Woodley.
Yeah, that's it. You saw the little stuttering of the legs, right? And I don't want to play that footage too much. I don't want us to have any issues, but you saw the stuttering at the legs at first. And I thought what was real notable was the little leg lift that Anderson Silva did before he threw the hook in there. He just couldn't help that type of leg fake because his background is fucking MMA, kicking and strikes and all types of shit. So shout out to Anderson Silva, man, 50 years old, and put a much younger man down. It is what it is. We seen George Foreman type of shit happen before, right? So it's possible. A good fight is a good fight. The right punch is the right punch. That's just how it goes. All right, Stiz, front and center. I'm not gonna play no footage. I ain't gonna play no footage. I'm gonna talk to all pieces, all three pieces involved here. Y'all know what I say. It's always three main pieces: battle of one, battle of two, and the platform. It's no different in here. Two fighters and a platform. All right, first I'm gonna go to fighter two. What was his name? What the fuck is this guy's name again? Hold on, I really want to have his name. What's his name? What's the guy's name? What is this guy's name again? Was it Glenn or something? What is this guy's name? Oh no, I'm gonna take my time. What's this guy's name? What's the name of the guy that Stiz just fought? What's this guy's name? Was it Rel? It's Rel, right? Is it Rel? Chat? It's Rel, right? Oh, wait. Hell no. I don't want to skip that part. We're going to do that the right way. Is Rel? Is it Rel? Yeah, the silver one did look like a Roy Jones punch. Bearded Brick, you are on point. You are on point. You know your shit. MP Rel. Okay, I'm going to say Rel. I think it's Rel. WP what? Rel. Bet. Yes, thank you, chat. I needed that. Rel. You had the nerve to get into the ring like this after this man brought your BM to the press conference and presented paperwork that he adopted your child and then trolled you, even at times while Stiz is sitting down 3 feet from you, talking about, I want you to get mad, pussy. I adopted your son. He getting the new PS5 game this Christmas and the SpongeBob. Come here, baby. It's okay. Hugs your BM in front. Oh my God. I said, yo, Stiz is supposed to get shot in that situation, but let's keep the peace in general. And then on top of that, you guys are doing it the right way. You're about to get into the ring, so you got your chance. I would have threw everything with malicious intent, deadly intent. I would have been off of my fight game. I would have been fully off of my discipline in my main line. This guy came in there with zero experience. And when you watch professional boxing, when you train professional boxing, when you study professional boxing, this is where you see the huge difference between fighting and boxing, amateur versus professional, right? You see the flailing, you see the technical punches, and the movement start to turn into the loopiness instead of the sharp, straight. You see, that's what changes. And this guy, not only did he have like no technical ability to him as far as his boxing style, but all he did was try to smother and hold Stiz. It looked disgusting. It looked like, is this supposed to be sold as a boxing match? I couldn't fucking believe it. And that's what he brought to the ring after Stiz went viral doing what he did. I couldn't fucking believe it. Rel, this becomes a lifelong L on you. Respectfully, this is a lifelong L. I can't. When I brought up that video and I said, yo, this is one of the wildest pre-press conference things I've ever seen in boxing, I was early to it. And then you start looking around Twitter for like the next day and everything, and Stiz is on every website. He went viral. I said, I told y'all. It's not just me. I fucking told y'all. And you get into the ring and you do that. This fight was stopped in the second round by the ref for holding. I'm off Rel. Disgusting. Go sit in the corner. Okay, go sit. Respectfully, go sit in the corner. Now, before I go to the platform, let me go to Stiz. Stiz, I got one problem with you. One problem with Stiz. Your celebration. That's why I have it paused right here. Stiz drops down to his knees. He looks like he's praying up to the Lord. He jumps on the ropes. I told you, Gil. I love you, Wallow. This nigga Stiz celebrated like he got a majority decision after going through 12 rounds of the fight of his life. There wasn't even a fight. I don't even think it was like, it could have been like 60-second rounds, it felt like. It felt like they got to the second round of like 60 seconds. The fucking judge said, this guy's holding too much. I'm calling it off. And then Stiz celebrated like he hit the lottery. Yo, Stiz, granted, I think you would have beat the shit out of Son because he looked horrible. He looked horrible as a boxer. I think Stiz was going to beat the shit out of him. But Stiz, you way over celebrated, my nigga. I get it though. Let's be real. I know what that is right there. Because I've been in rings before playing around, and you know what I'm saying, never professional, nothing super organized or nothing like that. I left that for pops. You know what I'm saying? But it's the adrenaline that got to him. You know, Stiz, I understand. It's the adrenaline. You know, you prep, you know, you go through the motions, you get through the ring. You gotta have a lot of heart to get in these rings, people. You know what I'm saying? Everything, your reputation, your daughter be watching the fight. You trained your daughter. Beautiful. You step into the ring in front of hundreds of people or thousands of people, and you don't know how many people's on the stream. And then the fight is over and you win. And it's an adrenaline rush. Like, I did it. But nothing happened in the fight, though. Shout out my niggas Stiz, man. I got to have some fun with it. All right, let's go to the platform. Gilly and Wallow, shout out to y'all. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 though, man. You guys got to step your game up. Guys got to step your game up a little bit because Gilly and Wallow, they have a lot of money between the two of them. They got some money. They have a lot of resources because of who they are. They have a lot of connections. The production value, the quality of the production, the editing, the alignment of how the event proceeds, it looked very low budget. Like when I was seeing like the flyers coming up and transitioning between the battles, the fights and everything, extremely low quality. Like I can make better graphics and flyers than that. And that's not even my expertise. Stiz, what you got to do is put a bug in Wallow or Gilly's ear and say, shit, if you guys don't have professional sports production editors and live stream coordinators, I can at least take you 10 times better than what you had for this. You know what I'm saying? We have this team called Ruin Your Day that we know. And Ruin Your Day, Avocado has been on the sets of like Iron Man and shit. He's done Hollywood shit. He's more known for battle rap, but he's been on Hollywood sets. Ruin Your Day is behind the mansion shoot for Bags and Bodies with Hitman Holla. They do stuff outside of battle rap. And when it comes to even events and live stream processing, the switching that they'd be doing, the transition, the in between fight graphics and all, they create all of that stuff. This shit was so low budget. It looked so ghetto. And I was just like, some of the ghetto nature of what's being put together here, or the low budget nature of the way it looks, it doesn't even have to be from the budget, but sometimes just the overall production and the visuals of it, of what we're seeing on the stream. Stiz, tell these guys to go call Alvo. You know what I'm saying? Because Gilly and Wallow, they're heavy into sports, and I can see them doing this, and they're obviously branching out. You know, once upon a time music. We over here, we got our bar stool situation going on, and $1 million worth of game, and we're getting into sports promotions. Hell, we see Cam doing it too. We see Cam doing it too, branching more out into hostings. Oh, my homie's in here. There you go. Hosting sports and getting into boxing promotions. Cam is doing it too. They're expanding their portfolios. Gilly, Wallow, I've seen 1 million battle rap events look 20 times better than this on a pay-per-view. They gotta up this because you guys got budgets way bigger than us. This was kind of nasty to see. Stiz, holla at them. Avo's in the building. He says, well, damn, thank you, ARP. Really appreciate that, man. Of course, but super, super, that's not a biased one like, yo, Avo's my guy. That's not one of those biased ones. I'm also telling the truth for you, homie. Like, I watched it last night on Netflix. I was like, ugh. So call Ruin Your Day. All right. Shout out to Stiz. Shout out to Gilly Wallow. Cannot shout out the Gyrell at all. That's how I'm ending that one. We got another one, sports people. We're not done with sports. I told y'all we had a nice little sports segment. We're not playing tonight. We're not playing tonight. We keeping current. Andrew Tate lost a fight. Andrew Tate, he's always kept himself in good physical condition. He spars a lot. I've never seen him fight professionally, but I always can see and can tell from his activity, his sparring around with friends over the years and everything, that he's into fighting and he's into the sport and he's into the exchange. You know what I'm saying? And he obviously takes care of himself as far as keeping his health up, his conditioning up and everything, keeping himself in good shape. So shout out to Andrew Tate, right? But he lost, and the best of them could lose, right? But he lost. Chase Demore, never even heard of him. Never heard of Chase, but I saw the little face-off where Chase and Andrew Tate stood in front of each other, and Chase gave him a little flinch. And Andrew flinched back. And a lot of people sometimes say that's not a good sign early for fighters. Other people look at it like, hey, flinching is a natural reaction. It's protecting yourself. You want me to just stand there and try to look cool and get hit? No, you're supposed to flinch. That's how I've always been. But in a face-off, especially when your concentration is broken and it looks like your response is like a little stone, sometimes it's an indicator that, because you could lose a fight without getting hit. It's before the fight starts. Rampage Jackson might have done that to. Am I talking to my fight people right now? Rampage Jackson might have did that to Chuck Liddell, one of the greatest stare downs in UFC MMA history. When Chuck Liddell and Rampage Jackson came to the middle of the arena, the cage, and they faced off, Chuck Liddell walks up and Rampage locks in and tightens his jaw and stares at Chuck Liddell with a death fucking stare. And you could see the muscles in Rampage's jaw from 10. You could see that. And it was an ice stare through Chuck Liddell's soul. Chuck Liddell, his response was to smile. It was like, ooh. Because if your heart and your soul do not match your training and your physical, actually how you go about the fight and the physical motions and as well, they all have to be in line. The heart is a big, big piece of it, man. That's how people can choke in sports. You think choking is just like rapping or singing. No, you could get in there and your punches won't move. You could be shook. Your feet are stuck in quicksand. I'm telling you, this is really, really how it happens in fighting. So that flinch, Didn't look too good. Didn't look too good. Hope I didn't overanalyze that, but I'm still talking to my sports fans that know what I'm talking about. And the result was still a L.
Not like that. Absolutely not. It's too easy to see. And, Andrew Tate's simply fatigued, and he wasn't able to get out of the way of it. Too much weight. Beautiful shot by Chase. Around the Chase more. Clearly dominated in round 5. A shot like that.
Now watching Chase, like I said, I never heard of him before. And I'm not trying to come off like Pernell Whitaker or nothing like that. I just know boxing and I boxed. That's all. Chase Moore. Wait, am I saying the right name again? Chase Moore? Yeah, Chase Demore. I can see he's not the most technical fighter and he's not the most high quality boxer. Many people is not even, and he's a conventional, he's not southpaw because look, his left leg is forward, yet he's throwing that uppercut from a distance. You will rarely see something like that. Maybe a leaping hook that's unconventional from somebody like Roy Jones that trains with fucking chickens. Yeah, he's one of the most unconventional, but yet exciting, beautiful, naturally gifted fighters of all time, Roy Jones. But when I see this, he looks like he's not that type of guy, but that makes sense because Andrew Tate to me isn't some professional level boxer. He's been training and he can get in the ring, but there's levels, just like the Gilly card, and some of the fighters that you see on there, like the guy Rel, just like Jake Paul, and just like here, Andrew Tate, as well as this guy Chase right here. There's just levels, okay? So the most experienced guy that we've crossed this whole time is probably from letting your hands go is Anderson Silva and Josh. And that's why those guys won. All right. Last but not least, closing out sports. Okay. And then we're going to start to move on to other news. And then we're going to start getting into our main events and our titles. Remember, people, it's been a very entertaining week thus far, but we are not done. So what's today? Saturday. Yesterday, we had the Jake Paul Josh fight. Today, we had the Twerk and the Easy battle. Tomorrow, we got Uncle Scoob versus Hitman Holla. Remember, people, do not skip this. On me, I'm going 3 for 3. I'm going 3 for 3. I don't even know what football games is on, but I'm going to be across. And I got to move around too. I got a pre-Christmas brunch party to go to tomorrow, but I'm going to be watching the games. I'm going to be watching this pay-per-view. I'm going to be active. I might even go live tomorrow for some recaps again tomorrow night, similar to like tonight. But tomorrow, once again, yes, the 21st, doors open at 2 p.m. If you're in the Lou, there goes the address. Go to Hitman Holla's Instagram if you want those details. But if you want to watch the stream, pay-per-view stream at Hitman Holla STL YouTube channel. Okay, that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to be on the stream. And I'm going to be interested in the rest of the card as well. So shout out to who else is? Oh, I didn't do this on the stream the other day. I forgot to just click over. All right, so Omar, whoever he's going up against, I got him. No, is it Omar or Lamar? I think Lamar, my bad. But son right here, if y'all can see my mouse moving on the screen, right underneath Uncle Scoob, he's nasty. Bottom left side with the white t-shirt that says TNC in the middle of his chest, that's Moon. I got Moon with whoever he is. He's got like one of the best hang dribbles in the 1v1 space. You guys know what a hang dribble is, right? What's this guy's name again right here? That's right under Holla in the black and gold. He's very hard to beat, plays very strong, plays a lot of paint game, plays in the paint a lot. I forget his fucking name, but he's one of the best from a win percentage standpoint, one of the best 1v1 guys out there as well. I see the king down here in the bottom with the number 0 on his jersey. That is Nasir Kaur. That is the king of 1v1. He's on this card. Oh, y'all give me my money's worth for $25. I'm not even in my promo bag right now for Holla. I swear to God. Yesterday when I brought this up, I didn't click over to the next shit and look next to Nas. You see Nesco. Who's Nesco playing? Nesco is one of the best guys, most entertaining guys in the 1v1 space too. Above Nesco, that's with the ball head. That's ISO Hove. I think I've been seeing clips of Holla and ISO Hove training together. So Holla, we're gonna see tomorrow how far your training has come and how much you're gonna get into your bag and drawing some of your old prime days as well. And also to the left underneath Holla in the white, I forgot his name, but I did watch when he called out Nas and Nas beat the shit out of him. Nas grabbed somebody else's sneakers and said, "You called me out, man. I'm here to commentate." He beat the shit out of him. And I know, I get it. In that particular fight, if people know the 1v1 space and you know what I'm talking about, you know, he was playing all week and he had several other games that day. But hey, you called him out. You called the king out. He got his ass whooped. That's just how it go. Obviously, you guys can see that I'm heavy into the 1v1 space. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, all right, holla. We tuned in tomorrow. And this card, you guys got some super top tiers and some god tier people like Nas on the card. Yeah, we in there. We in there. We in there. We on that stream. We on that stream. All right, let's get into Sorry It's True news. Let's keep up to speed real quick with this Tory Lanez update. I'm not going to build this into a big topic, but let's at least check out some of the news report. So he spoke out on this footage of him doing an interview.
Tonight, rapper Tory Lanez breaking his silence in his first ever broadcast interview from behind bars since being found guilty of shooting Grammy winner Megan Thee Stallion in the foot outside a party in 2020.
I've never been violent towards a woman. I would never hit a woman, let alone shoot a woman.
Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, spoke to NBC News from California Men's Colony, a prison where he's 3 years into a 10-year sentence after being found guilty on 3 felony counts, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
There is definitely a very big misconception about me that seems to the public as I'm this monster. And I feel like
I hate to sound like a fucking, like I choke and I play too much, and I really don't. But shout out to Tory Lanez because he's had his hair phases over the years, right? And he's still got his situation in jail working out. I'm not the only person that notices that, right? All right, let me not be a jerk. Let me be serious. Go on, let's go.
I was catapulted into this poster.
And on a way more serious note, all jokes aside, on a way more, I know, I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. On a way more serious note, he looks good because remember, he got stabbed up in his head, his body, and everything. There was footage of it. I think he got chopped out to the hospital, right? So on a serious note, he looks very good here. So shout out to him for that, man. Especially after what he went through.
Child for the unprotection of Black women, and it's just so unlike me. And I've never really had a chance to express that. But you can look at my criminal record. I don't have one. I never had one, and I feel like that connotation that I would do anything of this monstrous proportion is just it's completely incorrect and it's wrong.
Lanez declined to testify during his 2022 trial. Do you regret not taking the stand?
I think if I would have taken the stand, the verdict would have definitely been very different.
The rapper's legal team filed an appeal, which was denied in November. But his team is continuing to fight, with plans to file multiple appeals next week, this time with the California Supreme Court, in one claiming newly discovered evidence that they weren't provided during Lanez's 2022 trial, including hundreds of pages of medical.
Come on, y'all. I went back to being serious. Why are y'all still on that?
records for Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Pete, which they allege raised questions about the fragments removed from her foot after surgery. His team argues that the fragments were not provided ahead of trial and that this was a violation of due process.
And we didn't have that chance. Or perhaps we could have questioned the doctors differently when they were on stand to impeach them, because it does look suspicious.
But in the appeal denied in November, the court did address the fragments, ruling that the surgeon's testimony was, quote, more than sufficient to prove great bodily injury on Pete. Proving something like this on appeal is tough.
This is a really, really difficult appellate argument for defendants to prove, because they have to show if the evidence actually came into court, the jury would have found differently. It's an uphill battle, and it's something that often torpedoes any defense appellate argument.
The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office and representatives for Megan Thee Stallion have not responded to NBC News' request for comment.
I believe not only that I was wrongfully convicted, but the amount of new evidence that has emerged since that trial, I think, has been overwhelming.
What has life been like in prison for the last couple of years?
Truthfully, I've done my best to keep my head above water, but mentally, I've gone through trauma that I sometimes even struggle with, because I've never imagined myself dealing with things that I would have to deal with. I've been stabbed 17 times. I almost lost my life.
If you could say something to Megan Thee Stallion today, what would it be?
I think that I wouldn't say something directly to her. I would like that moment to happen in person. We've both gone through a lot. There's this connotation that, like, I share this hatred for her, but I don't. I'm genuinely past that. I'm at a place of healing in my life. I'm at a place of taking accountability for the things that I did wrong. And when I talk about my case, I don't want it to be taken as me coming at her, because it's not that. I'm just asking for somebody in the system to look at my case and look at the evidence and ask if this was fair.
And with that,
Yeah, for me personally, first of all, I think he handled that very well. I think he gave some good answers. Um, because he's gonna always have a split crowd out there. People that despise him, people that believe he did it, people that don't think that he did, and people that want to see him out of jail, right? So it's gonna be split out there for him. But I think his answers cover both sides very well. Regardless of where you stand looking at the overall situation, whether you hate him or whether you support him. So very good job. Um, can both of those things be true though? Can you say, I don't hate her and this and that, and or is that just good public relations? Because you say, I just want somebody to look at this case. You gotta, if you're getting this public opportunity to be aired, yeah, you can't. Does she have a protective order on him or something? You can't come off like, man, fuck this bitch. And I get it. You're in there and people start to heal when they're in prison sometimes, and they start to let go of certain things. And prison will do a lot to you, do a number on you. We see a lot of people come home or in the middle of their stints change, sometimes for the better. But Jesus, if you maintain a strong level of innocence, then you gotta be acting here to a degree. Because if a woman puts me in jail and she's clearly lying on me, I'm gonna have to put on my best acting job to contain. Because losing your freedom is one of the worst things to happen to a human being. So, but he looks good. It sounds good. Looks like he has decent spirits, shout out to him. Okay. Let's get a little bit into now. I think our battle rap topic is going to be very, very fun. But the battle rap topic is next. Before we get into the battle rap topic, I'm going to actually get into the title. The title is not going to be last today. Sometimes the snitch is right. Nobody knows where the hell that fucking topic is going today. I get it. But it's starting from this. Do you guys see the dust up from this fuck the streets movement? And I want to go through a bunch of this and people's reactions. And I want to see how you guys feel about it. Now, you guys saw the 21 Savage take that I had the other day. And that string of tweets that he put out, some were good. And some I was just like, I don't fuck with that. Look at 6ix9ine's response here. I hate to say it, but he's very, very aligned with my take. And I don't take any pride in that, but I'm just saying.
Yo, if you're watching this video, you about to hear some fucking facts. And people don't like the truth because it hurts them. I was going to do this video on TikTok, where you put the picture in the background and you start talking. But these facts right here need 100-inch. You see this bitch-ass nigga right here? Yo, listen, they going to skip this. The facts hurts people's feelings. I just need y'all to know that. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Now, hear this out. This bitch-ass nigga says, yo, hold on, let's start with this. Gunner, Young Thug, y'all niggas fix that shit. Y'all love each other. Niggas knew Gunner wasn't no gangster when he told the first time. When he told the first time. And we swept it. We, not them. We, as the whole Atlanta. We swept it under the rug for you. He wasn't trying to leave you to hang, nigga. Fuck the streets. Now it's fuck the streets when it's convenient for you. The album sales is not selling, nigga.
Yo, I said that.
The stimulus pack not selling, nigga. Now y'all talking about, yo, fuck the streets. I've been talking about this 5 years ago. Y'all bend and break the rules when it's convenient for y'all. When he told the first time. So homie a rat. But it's convenient for me, yo. My best friend could rap. You from Atlanta? He could rap, but y'all niggas can't. Yo, no, it's different, bro. It's different. I've been saying this for 5 years. When he told the first time, we swept it under the rug. Where the morals? Ain't you a street nigga? Where your principle? Where your honor? You know whom you rap, but you swept it under the rug. It get worse. QCP, I told you to your face. You did wrong at the party, but I never backed you on the internet. Why? Because it would have made the city look bad. Because you was putting all the young niggas on. And that would have fucked up the money. So you ready to eat from a rat? What happened to all good money? All money, not good money. Y'all was just bashing Kodak. What happened to all good money, not good money? Y'all niggas bend and break the rules when it's convenient for y'all, nigga. I walk shit down. Yo, if
I'll give you another example of all money is not supposed to be good money. It involves the guy that was just screaming in the fucking camera. Remember when Gillian Wallow got at Whack 100? A lot of people got at Whack 100 saying, yo, why you talking about you do business and use a whole power rule with 6ix9ine? You breaking codes. All money ain't good money. I'm telling you, I really, really do fuck with 21. I really do. But that's what I meant the other day when I said he just put out some bad tweets and they're gonna follow him. He's breaking a lot of street code and he's supposed to be an extreme street nigga. He really, really is. Now, this whole fuck the streets movement. Now, we saw another one, and it was definitely cultivated a lot in New York. I don't know how many other states that it hit. It was the drop your flag movement. Okay. I remember that. It was about a month ago. And I thought there was some reputables coming out. And me, being the square, tax-paying, law-abiding citizen that I am, the guy that's on the sidewalk, not in the streets, me, I was just like, hey, that's a good thing, right? You know, you got gangbangers and gangsters that are, you know, getting to a point where they say we're ready to leave the streets, so we're going to drop our flags, we're going to stop gangbang, we're going to stop shooting at each other, trying to kill each other, stop promoting this shit to the next generation, our kids. I was just like, that's not a bad thing, right? That's a good thing. Cool. But now you got another movement. Fuck the streets. When you say drop your flag, or when you say fuck the streets, or when you say I'm telling, the timing always matters. Okay? If I've been gangbanging for 20 years and then I get to a point in life where I look around and I see just a trail of death, dishonesty, broken homes, fucked up families, friends in jail, lost loved ones, and the list goes on. If that's what I see and I say, I'm dropping my flag, or I'm saying, fuck these streets, I love it. I respect it. But if I get arrested and then it becomes fuck the streets, or the streets is a myth, like what Troy Ave did, respectfully, you know, or the money is slowing up, which is what some people are alleging is happening with some of these Atlanta artists, you know, or maybe a 21, you know, the charting of him and Drake's new song. And I'm just saying these are like the narratives, okay? Not my narratives, but these are the narratives. The timing of certain things, that's what calls you out. That's what calls you out. If you're going to say to your best friend, you got to stop doing what you're doing, put the gun down, beautiful. But you can't get arrested and then get in front of the detective and saying, I want him to put the gun down. Like, timing matters. Timing matters. And this whole thing that's going on around Atlanta rappers and Young Thug, quote unquote, in the middle of it, it just looks bad, because it's like, wait, Gunna's doing good, he's selling records, you came home, you're looking like you're flopping, nobody gives a fuck about your album, you look kind of crazy, that interrogation audio drops, makes your whole image and reputation get fucked up pretty badly, these phone calls come out, you look way different, and then it starts becoming olive branch into Gunna. It starts coming, hey man, hey twin, you know he didn't do that on purpose, I want to see us all get back together. It's like, this timing is a little crazy. This is not the time to do that. It looks too convenient. It looks bad for you guys. I'm just calling a spade a spade. And this is why you guys can even empower a snitch like 6ix9ine. You see my title? Sometimes the snitch is right. You guys are making him right. How do you tweet? We knew he snitched the first time, yet we swept it under the rug for you. Say it again. How does a gangster street rapper tweet publicly, we knew this person was a snitch the first time and we swept it under the rug for you, and then you guys continue to do music and shows and get on the road together and fuck the groupies together and twin this. And how do you tweet that? How do you tweet that? You kind of exposed yourself by saying that. You kind of exposed yourself. Got 6ix9ine out here really walking shit down. It don't end there. When I talk about let's do our due diligence now of walking shit down too. Fuck it. I ain't trying to team up with that guy 6ix9ine, but you know, we got our own due diligence to do over here. Gunna, again, he's even olive branching now. I don't want to play this back, but he's playing one of his songs that he has with Young Thug, I believe, in this clip, like one of their featured songs together. He's like singing Young Thug. It's a clear olive branch. Hence, the title's coming out like this. Gunna shows love to Young Thug during his shows. It's gonna happen. Who wants to start doing those FanDuel bets? Gunna and Young Thug get back together, or a song comes out. I mean, shit. If Young Thug and YF and Lucci can get back together, you know. Now I know that's not necessarily breaking street code in the general street code rule book, so to speak, right? I disagreed with that. I said, I love the guns being put down. I love the beef being put down. But when certain lines are crossed, I would love us to not have the issues anymore. But I don't want to do songs with you. I don't want to shake your hand. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to be your friend. I just want you to be over there. I'll be over here. And if we happen to be in the same club and cross paths, we could even do a little head nod. What's up? That's it. I don't want to do a song with you, though. You shot my mother's house up, allegedly. Huh? No. You don't come back from certain things. Hence, a Young Thug they're gonna do some music. Watch. What? Because they need each other a little bit. And that be the fraudulent stuff where it's just like, oh, because I'm down, or you know, I can give the Young Thug can give Gunna back some credibility that I think Gunna would like to have, so he can further wash away the snitch, yes man, my way to snitching type of reputation. Young Thug waters that down for him more by standing next to him. That's why everybody was waiting, despite the video coming out saying, we're going to wait to see what Young Thug says. Fucking idiots in that respect. But that's another story, right? And what does Young Thug get from Gunna? He gets to clean up his shit now because Gunna's got him looking kind of crazy. I guess by them, they're going to get back together. And I ain't going to hate on it. I'm just going to say, I wouldn't do it from either direction. If I'm Gunna, I would be like, no, you wanted me dead, but I survived. So now that I'm over here and I'm living without you, I'm cool. If I really, really intended to snitch on you, I got to live with that. If I didn't, the people that believe in me is just going to have to believe in me, and I got to live with that. And if I'm Young Thug, I've been calling you a rat for the last 5 fucking years. I did a song and a video this year calling you a fucking rat after I came home. I got to stand there. I got to, both of you guys. They're going to do it. Who wants that bet? They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Now let's go back to 21. The whole F the street. You rappers are lucky this is not a big podcast. You rappers are lucky. You guys are lucky they only know me from battle rap. You guys are fucking lucky. But anyway, 21 Savage. He's getting so much backlash that he's trying to even clean it up. This is a post to his Instagram stories. It says, when I say F the streets, I'm talking about the part that gave me trauma and made me can't sleep at night. If you ain't tired of that part, you ain't been through it. You can have evolution. You can have growth. You can mature. You can say, damn, what we used to do was wrong. You can learn. You can go Bobby Johnson. I'm the reference king, people over here. Keep up. South Central, classic movie. You haven't seen it, go to Blockbuster and get it right now. Nigga said Blockbuster. I'm so slit. But no, real shit. Real shit. You can grow. You can fucking grow. But there's still a way to do it. you know? And how about settling down and having that type of go to big bank and start to express that. You know, you just can't have the type of stature that you have, reputation that you have, and then just go, fuck the streets. That's a horrible rollout. And you're going to get the backlash that you actually deserve. You're going to have a million people turn, and we're going to get through more people turning their head towards you and going, huh? How? That'll hold on. Nah, that's the wrong way to do that. You sit down and you express to your fan base and these little young ones that's following you, do it the right way. And you say, you know, people, I've been thinking to myself, what we used to do was wrong. I want to start to preach some other shit. Or you start to let your music evolve. I see niggas putting red box in the chat. I see y'all. But that came after. But you do it, you roll it out a certain way. And even in your music now, because if your music maintains this gangsterism level, then people's going to start saying contradiction. Because now you're doing this whole F the streets thing. It's going to come off like Troy Ave, like conveniently you're under arrest and you're going to trial fighting for your freedom. And now you're saying the streets is a myth. The convenience factor. Was y'all listening to me 15 minutes ago? The convenience factor. The timing factor. No, you can't wait until you get into the detective's office. You can't. Look at the reaction that this fucking guy is getting. First up, Boosie. Boosie is normally very vocal for street codes, right? Normally. He was a little quiet in a couple scenarios this year. He'd had one where he had a little bit of a thing, like, ain't nobody paid me for that interview. I'll leave him alone there. But in general, Boosie has a reputation for keeping that same energy. Hence, when he even got into it with T.I., right? He was like, hey, maybe he's a fucking rat too, right? So here goes Boosie. Let's read this. Boosie puts up a post that says, if the rappers go say, fuck the streets, y'all need to stop rapping about them. Stop double dipping. Rap about fruits, college courses, and staying out the streets. If you're from the streets shaped you to the man that you are today. Your mindset, your hustle, your intuition, etc. come from the streets. Your support came from the streets. Yes, I want every kid to make it out the streets. That's what we all want. But I'm never saying fuck the streets. They're responsible for our success. Don't forget, every successful independent record label started from where? The streets. All the music came from the streets. Your baby mama, you met her in the streets. So if it's fuck the streets, don't rap about them. Simple. It's that. Show the world and fans how good of an artist y'all is, and take the streets all the way out of y'all rap vocabulary. I want to hear it. It's not a bad take from Boosie, because niggas be wanting it both ways. You fuck it. I don't need to further expand on that, but let's keep going. He's getting the reaction that is actually expected. Let's start with Charleston White. Why not? Fuck.
No hoe ass nigga. Man, don't you nigga turn into no hoe ass nigga. Stand on that shit, nigga. Stand on that shit. You nigga talked all that shit to kill people. Now you white boy thump you niggas upside the head. You nigga got probation. The white boy thump you niggas upside the head. He didn't spank you. He didn't put a noose around your neck and hang you. You nigga got probation. And now you nigga hollering, fuck the streets. No, fuck you niggas.
That's hilarious. And he has that rant continues in typical semi-classic from an entertainment standpoint, Charleston White manner. But there's more. And there's a lot that I'm not even going to bring up right now. Honeycomb was one.
You niggas that lost y'all motherfucking mind at this whole, boy. What the fuck? I can cry tears, nigga. Y'all disappointed me, boy. All you niggas disappointed me. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. Fuck you niggas. I don't understand it. I'm from the streets, nigga. What you niggas talking about? What the fuck you niggas talking about? Fuck the street. Boy, I'm from the streets, boy. Man, I'm from the streets, nigga. I ain't from no suburb, nigga. Y'all ain't say fuck the suburb. You nigga, that who handling niggas. That who pin their feet on our neck, nigga. The suburb, no white people stepping on our fucking face. You niggas talking about fuck the street. Nigga, we had to get it out the mud. Nigga, y'all niggas tripping out there. Nigga, I don't care. I don't care. I don't want no understanding. I ain't got no understanding. Nigga, I ain't trying to get no clout you niggas. None of that. I'm really me. I'm not clout chasing. Nigga, I'm really me, nigga. Ain't I know y'all niggas stepping. Y'all killer. Y'all will do it. All y'all like that, and I'm ready to die. Nigga, I don't care. On my grandma, nigga, I don't care. The fuck, nigga, come load it up. Do it. Stand over me, hit me all in the head, boy. Y'all know I don't care about that shit, nigga. Y'all tripping.
Okay, I mean, I don't need you to wish your demise or anything like that, homie. Hopefully, no violence comes out of this stuff. But I'm just saying, people are attacking it. Let's go to Fabio. Fabio says, "Nah, LOL. I can't just let you niggas say F the streets." Okay, that's Fabio. This man has been in a lot of headlines this year too, right? Let me put this on a bigger screen so we can read this. All right. What do we got from Lil Zay Osama? He says, the streets made you. This starts off sounding just like Boosie shit. The streets made you niggas. Who y'all is today? All you niggas glorify is the streets. A lot of you niggas put on a street persona for so long. All the so-called street niggas ratting now. It's fuck the streets. The street. Oh, wow. Young Thug has definitely lost his aura. We brought up the Albion shit the other day. Niggas is directly and indirectly calling him out of his name. Crazy, man, in 2025. Anyway, let me finish. The streets got its bad and it's got its good niggas saying fuck the streets. To befriend another wannabe street nigga telling, I don't respect it. 100. If I see you dick sucking ass Chicago rappers saying fuck the streets, you niggas just as corny as I thought y'all was. For real. 100. Because a lot of you niggas wasn't street. Anyway, it was the niggas around y'all. Hashtag save the streets. Hashtag help the streets. Those hashtags is hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, Zay. Oh shit. Oh my God. Is something. This whole after streets movement is kicking up so much dust, ain't it? All right. So in conclusion to the title, and we still got a lot of fun to have people hang around. In conclusion to the very vague title that I put up, sometimes the snitch is right. 2025 has given us a huge reminder of just be yourself. If you wake up and you feel like I'm a gangster, I'm a whole street nigga, I'm active, I'm with the shits, this is my lifestyle, shout out to you. If you want to stay out the way, take pride in it. Take pride in the sidewalk. Take pride in being a square. Take pride in going to your 9 to 5. Take pride in being a civilian. Because how much does history need to show you that even the biggest killers in the world, you could be a Sammy the Bull, you could be the most idolized rapper, some battle rappers, it doesn't matter, man. Nobody wants to go through these situations where their albums decline, their reputations are jeopardized, their money starts to get lost, they lose their lives, people turn on them. What lifestyle would you rather? I keep going back to my tweet like last week, and I said it's so much easier to be a square. It really is. Don't confuse a square with a sucker, though. That's a whole nother conversation. But it's so much easier to be a square. I didn't say this. I didn't say take pride in being a Drake now. Because the thing about Drake is some people feel like Drake is conflicted. You know, Drake comes from the background that he comes from, right? But how many times you gonna see him in the camera? All right. So no, I'm not. He seems like I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake with the act up. But, reference king. But I'm just saying, back on course, ARP. Take pride in living in what's most comfortable to you is the real point. All right. I'm good at this. Like the video so we can grow. I think I'm a decent podcast. I really do. But they don't want to give us a voice over here, people. I'm telling you. We'll bring them hell. We'll bring people hell in a good way. I think we have a very good message. But the sorry is true theme of how we carry this. All right. Let's go. Let's move off topic. I can believe that, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Speaking of Charleston White, and this is before we get into battle rap. Speaking of Charleston White, so this comes from the Say Cheese page, Instagram. All right, Say Cheese huge platform on social media as well as his YouTube channel. Brings a lot of exposure to a lot of people. And I would say the Say Cheese platform is a big piece of Charleston White's visibility. Charleston White, of course, he hops on his own social media over the years. He has a presence there. I think he's lost a lot of his social medias over time. But if you're the type of person that looks at Charleston White and says, man, I despise this guy and I blame all the people that platform him, Say Cheese would be one of them then, okay? But it looks like they had a little fallout because Say Cheese post Charleston White and Sean Cotton part ways after 5 years of doing business, saying he's outgrown YouTube and Say Cheese. Y'all paint me out to be a negative. I'm bigger than Say Cheese, Vlad, no jumping academics. I'm moving on from YouTube. Charleston White, sir, don't overshoot yourself, because next thing you know, if you don't catch on as a comedian and your booking starts slowing down because your engagement isn't having the visibility that it's had for the last 2 years because of some of the big platforms that back you, and then all of a sudden you realize like, oh shit, I'm not getting booked as much. People forget how big the platforms play a role. Go ask some of these record labels. Go ask Lucian what he does for Drake, and you know what I'm saying. So where's Icebox, by the way? Anyway, or whatever the name of the album. Where is it? Where is it? But Charleston White, don't get too big for your britches. But who am I to give you advice? I watched a big piece of their interview of the fallout, and to see, the energy that they was having, it came from a very interesting topic. But let me play the end of it, and then I'll give you a little bit more of an expansion on it.
And my nigga let me drive drunk. My nigga gave me the keys, let me drive the car drunk. That's how they explained it to me. Why would he do that, nigga? Nigga, he do content. Why wouldn't he? It got to be an equal exchange. You win, I lose. I win, you win. Yeah, nigga, that ain't a robbery. But nigga, it does not make logical sense to sit down here. That's why they screen the questions in other places with other people. Can't nobody screen shit. And that's where my foolishness come in at. I won't listen. But nigga, to go somewhere, you gotta listen. I'm trying to go somewhere, and they got somewhere for me to go. So I had to listen. Yeah, so nigga, I'm saying, nigga, let's switch up. Yeah, let's switch up.
Until next time.
Cheers. Hey man, y'all have a good year. Happy Christmas, Merry New Year, and all.
It ain't no next time. The title of this video, unless Say Cheese changes his mind or they spin a block. See the title? Title says Charleston White's last ever Say Cheese interview. I'm bigger than y'all now. I'm bigger than YouTube. Once again, don't overshoot yourself there too much, Charleston. But anyway, there's more context in this video where they're having a debate, and Charleston White brings about an example where he says, I'm in talks with 2 companies right now, and they're showing me analytics. And yeah, you give me $10,000, but they show me, the way you paint a picture of me via your thumbnails and your titles. And then let's talk about these companies showing me how much you make off of me, right? And I'm using this to start to move us towards some of the business topic that's also going to be included in our battle rap topic, people. This is, how we bleed topics together sometimes. And I'm looking at that, and I'm just like, well, number one, Charleston White, you've been claiming to understand YouTube and also have a channel and everything. You're somebody that should know analytics and how much your content is worth based on the views that you generate, right? So small contradiction there. But also, that is kind of like one of the things that people always forget when they're in the artist or the talent or the person in front of the camera's position versus being the owner. People forget that, bosses take losses. When you're an owner, you have to invest, you have to build. And yes, you should be in the position to make the most money, but you also along the way take the most losses. Okay. I told y'all many times in RBE, I had about 3-4 years of inconsistent losses. More consistent than the other side as far as the losses. You got to pay your dues. You got to build up your engagement. You got to build up your channel. You got to build up your trust, your events, your reputation, all of this, your classic, all of that. You got to build it up. That's why so many leagues have come in And, it's like, oh shit, I thought because I booked the same battlers as some of the successful platforms, I would generate the same interest or the same amount of people coming through the doors or the same pay-per-view. It doesn't work that way. And people learn the hard way. A lot of people, they come and they go. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at Charleston White getting a little bit ahead of himself here, he talks about a concept of the paintbrush and how a platform can paint the image of somebody and make them either go up or go down as far as their reputation and their sponsorships and the marketing around them. That I agree with. Right? But if you do not want to be at the expense of the owner or the league owner or the CEO of the company, you have to have your own. That's just how it goes. You have to do your own. You have to do it your way. You have to create your own platform then. Okay. You have people in this world that like to say, I just want to be in front of the camera. I just want to rap. I just want to write music. I just want to act. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? But there's somebody above Leonardo DiCaprio. There's somebody above Drake and Kendrick Lamar. We talked about that person a lot this year, Lucian Grange, right? Do they have Lucian Grange money? They don't. Go pull up what UMG is worth. It's worth billions. It's worth billions. Okay. So the owner, if you build up that type of position, yeah, there could be times where they upload a video that says Charleston White attacks Lil Boosie or Lil Boosie's kids. And maybe you don't like the title, but they're capitalizing on it. But you kept going back for that check. You kept going back. You didn't invoke your morals then and say, listen, man, you ain't gonna hold me out or have these titles on me or these thumbnails on me. You kept going back for that check. But at the flip side of it, yeah, you do help Say Cheese bring a lot of content and a lot of views and new subscribers through. It's supposed to be a win-win in negotiations. The best business, in my opinion, and certain people in business will disagree with me, the best business, in my opinion, is when both people feel comfortable. I know in business, very low level frequency to me is both people just going for blood and saying, I got to overwin. I'm trying to get 50,000 while you get 1,000. And I try to teach people the danger in that is there's no tomorrow in it. Okay. I don't recoup. I don't get happy. I don't come back. Those type of factors, they diminish the going forward effect of us making more money in time versus just today. You got a lot of people that don't got it like that, so they do business based on today. I just need the check right now. I need the 10 grand right now. I need to just come on this platform all year long and build up your platform for you, even though you're the owner. And I'm just going to take this flat fee. And then I'm going to see some analytics that's going to show me, damn, or for all these masters and all this content and the time that you invested in ownership and this collaborative and all this other content pooling in, you make $1 million and I only made 50,000 this year. And then you got a problem. The best negotiations, they make both people feel comfortable. All right. And that's how you have longevity. But Briz said he need 100K for Mook. In today's market, that's tough. And what Briz was asking for, even back then when the battle was peaking, right? I think it was said a lot behind the scenes. I wasn't involved in all of those negotiations, so I don't know for a fact. I'll say allegedly, but I heard a lot of some of these asking prices that broke the battles from happening, many, many times. And that wouldn't be the only time we've seen something that comes off. I want to tell people what they want is wrong, but comes off as over negotiating. You know what I'm saying? People do it all the time and they negotiate themselves out of bags, Or you could just stand how you stand. People have these set numbers in their mind of what they think something is worth. And sometimes they don't even have the analytics to back what they think something is worth. They just shooting from the fucking hip. And then it's going to be what it's going to be. Okay. Let's bleed into battle rap now. Twerk and Easy to Block capping happened today. So first I want to show, just for my own sanity check, I bought the battle. It was only $20. Here it is on Rap Grid. I paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Here goes my profile. All right. Shout out to TBL. Shout out to Twerk. Shout out to Easy to Block Captain. Y'all made it happen. Cool. All right. So now that I showed y'all that I spent my money, I'm going to play a clip from each person. I'm going to play a clip from Twerk. Then I'm going to play a clip from Easy. TBL. Please contact me and let me know if you have any issue going forward with me playing the type of clips that I'm about to play. I'm very sensitive to that because I'm a whole league owner. I know what it's like. But the clips that I'm playing are on reputable platforms. I am about to play a clip that's from Hip Hop Is Real platform and another one that's from LTB podcast platform, which always puts up a lot of big, high viewed battle rap clips. So TBL, because those two platforms are and have the reputation that they have, I'm playing from them. But if you have, and obviously I have the video paid for, I'm not playing it from the side. I'm not playing shit that's not already out. But if you have any issue, please contact me because I understand. Okay, please let me know. But let's go to Twerk first. Let's go to Twerk's clip. Put this on the bigger screen.
Because you were so gone. And once you see Easy pass, it's going to take a toll on you. I'm about to roll on you like Walmart. We going to need that block that stood in front of Prime Chest, the All Spark. We all spark like Rams. Why you ain't finished that fucking battle with Cassidy? That's type fat. Nobody got hit. Nobody threw a punch. It's type whack. They called your mother a crackhead and you wanted to fight, clown. Listen, don't try none of that shit with me. I'm telling you right now. I know your mother couldn't stop smoking crack, but you better pipe down like Rams. Like Rams. But you better pipe down like Rams. My fault. But you better pipe down like Rams. Like Rams. Till I hear that click sound. Big pain. I ain't with none of that talking, my nigga. You said somebody was gonna get hit. Nobody got hit, clan. All I learned about words is a picture's worth 1,000. Like Chris Brown.
So Twerk is always going to have some hits. The way his bar construction is done, it's what created him as one of the best haymaker battle rappers in battle rap history. But if you know battle rap, if you've studied it, if you've watched it, if you've critiqued it over the years, you can clearly see during that entire rapping segment, Twerk is on thin ice. You could see it's like your weight, it's inevitable. Like your weight is just like, it might be coming. He's on thin ice. I've watched that a million times and you can see it. Like, you know, how many times I stood in front of that, like, oh, and then even me, I changed my reactions. Like, oh, let me not react too much. That it might throw him off even more. Like this person is literally like it's gonna slip. You could feel it. It's not fully locked in. Like, all right, let's play a clip from Easy. This one once again from LTB BR podcast.
I thought that you was giving smoker vibes, bro. Maybe even snorter. Every puff of that cigarette, bro, your life's getting shorter. I ain't talking about no love. Where I'm from, even hugs cost a quarter. I could go in the house with one order. Like where I'm from, even hugs cost a quarter. I could go in the house with one order. A little alcohol in a pot. I could show y'all how to cut water. I gotta wrestle with my demons, nigga. I'm from an age where playing 2K is cool, but staying away from badges is an achievement. I'm from that. What? But staying away from badges is an achievement. I thought that you was giving smoker vibes, bro. Maybe even snorter. Every puff of that cigarette.
And that's not even one of the greatest ones, to be honest. But right there, that was dope. That was dope. All right, I got a bunch of topics that we're going to get into for the battle. The first one, I'm going to spin off of Cap's take here. And the first topic around this is going to be, it has to be the leagues, okay? So this landed on my Twitter. You see the caption says, "Attention all battle rap leagues and platforms. This has to stop. Salute to Caps." And also this is why I was at it. That's why it fell on my timeline. And at It's ARP and Rare Breed ENT for preaching this from the beginning. Okay, so somebody's saying, I did play it already, but somebody's saying that Caps and I are saying something similar here. So let's play it for everybody.
This was disgusting. This was a joke. If I'm TBO, I'm not paying you your back end. I don't care what your height and weight is. I'm not paying you your back end, bro. This is like, no, we ain't paying you for this. We ain't paying you for this, man. They're not making no money. This is crazy. Yo, bro, Twerk, you be getting away with fucking robbery, bro. You do. And because it happened on TBL and it's not URL going to be like, that's not our problem. And they going to book you over there. That's the problem with this. This is why I keep saying you leagues gotta have some kind of conglomerate, bro. Y'all got to let these battle rappers know we're not just taking anything, and now because you bombed over there, you can come over here. No, we're not doing that. If you nice, you nice. If you not, you not. If this is how you want to come, get the fuck out the way so we can have some other battle rappers come who can entertain us. Who want to pay for this? Who want to pay for this? This was disgusting. This was a joke.
Okay, so I'm not going to need my headphones for the rest of today's stream. Let's get into the topics around the battle now. Let's start there. The whole thing about what Cap said, this is why y'all leagues need a conglomerate. So I did tell y'all my opinion on that multiple times over the years, and I'll say it again here. Let's bring it back. I say you're never going to have a conglomerate. The best that you could wish for when it comes to the league owners and the leagues is a cordial behavior. For example, your organic. I'm not dropping my battle this weekend because I see you got an event going on. I don't want to do anything that pulls from you. Or hey, Cannon and Gracie, what day is your event? The last thing I'm going to do is purposefully do an event on the same weekend as y'all. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to do it 2 weekends after y'all. Okay. Hey, TBL. You know what I'm saying? What battlers are you booking? Let's try to avoid booking the same battlers. And if we are booking the same battlers, you know, let's talk about these matchups and let's coordinate this with the battlers and timing and everything and try to maximize, you know, the outcome of all the battles involved, you know, like, and so forth and so on, you know, some level of coordination, but really just a cordial nature, you know, when Smack, for example, says, let everybody eat or whatever. And then hopefully the league's not then still 2 weeks later ending up with cards on the same fucking weekend. You know what I mean? Like, allegedly, I'm not saying it was purposeful. I'm just saying everybody watches this shit. People say this shit all the fucking time. The history is the history, right? So when you talk about, though, a battler being able to choke on one platform, steal from one platform, not care about one platform, just pick up a bag on another platform, whatever you think the situation is at hand, and then go somewhere else and get. There's another example I could give. How about being alleged of being a ghostwriter and then being booked somewhere else a couple weeks later, you know, or having a ghostwriter. That's not going to change. Leagues have different relationships with battlers. They're going to say, well, I know they're going to fuck you over, but they're not going to fuck me over. I know they're going to rob you. They're not going to rob me. They're not going to be prepared for you. They're going to be prepared for me. Shit, I might even tell them to fuck you over. To give you a allegedly it happens, you know? So there's lineups. There's all types of shit. The only way you stop this is not looking for a conglomerate. That's never going to happen. Even the leagues that smile in each other's faces, they still got their knife behind your back. Duh. We've watched it for years. That's never going to happen. I don't care if the league owners stand next to each other at an event and try to act like we're best friends. Behind each other's backs, they're still ready to stab each other. The history is the history. The facts are the facts. Accept them. Stop looking for leagues to be friendly. Okay? They don't give a fuck about each other. For the most part, they might respect each other. That's the best you can do. That's the best you can get. The real answer is damn near campaigning or making it very, very clear that the moment the person you have an issue with or you think continues to get saved in these promotions, like what Caps is ranting about, gets booked somewhere else, everybody revolts against it. That's the only answer. That's the only answer. People only respect money and violence, unfortunately. And we're not calling for nobody to be hurt. Nobody. So the moment you think that, damn, I got robbed right here, I'm not going to let you sell this person over there. That's how you do it. That's how you have to do it. That's the only way. And another thing that happens in battle rap is people are able to hide within cards. Okay. Battle rap traditionally does not sell one-offs. You know, this TBL Easy and Twerk situation right here, that's like, it's special circumstances, right? It was booked like twice, or they tried to do it within cards like 2 times at least or whatever. And there's one-off. We see how this all came about. Okay. Generally, though, the consumer of battle rap wants multiple battles on a card. They don't just want one battle. And if you're going to sell one battle in battle rap, good fucking luck trying to get your $40, $50, and $60 like in the boxing arena. Good fucking luck. We don't have that type of market or consuming base. All right. Shit, there's people complaining about this battle right here for $20 today. Literally. Okay. So because battle rap consumers are conditioned for a card, and I just saw the main event. That's great. Okay, what else you got? That's how battle rap consumers are. That means that person that you have an issue with, they can pop in the middle of the card and get saved. You might still want to see the main event. That's not that person, but that person can be tucked away in there. He could be throwing an alley-oop from the league going, don't worry, I'm gonna get you right. Don't worry, we're gonna get rid of them ghostwriting allegations. Don't worry, we're gonna hide the dirt of you just stealing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking in general. Like, they could still be hidden in a card. Now, you definitely should revolt and protest if the same person that you have an issue with gets booked for a main event, but stand on it. That's the only way. The bloggers, the fans, not the media, because the media is supposed to stay neutral and just put the content in front of the fans and let everybody else decide. But the bloggers and the fans must put on their big boy drawers and say, I have a problem with this. I'm already out money over here. I feel like this was a bag pickup over there, whatever, blah, 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 blah. If you try to save this person, I'm going to show you. Don't treat me like that as a consumer, and I'm going to take the money out of your pocket. I'm not promoting bootlegs. I mean, take the money out of your pocket, but by showing you put this card together that you invested 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 plus into, and we are saying we're not buying none of it. We'll catch it when you drop it on YouTube or some shit. We're not paying for your pay-per-view. That's the only way. Because people are not going to respond. You got some of the biggest league owners that tell battlers like, it's all good. I got 2 rounds out of you. That's a fact. So why do you expect anything different, people? You guys have to be the ones to make these people turn around, look at the stream and say, oh shit, we only did 5% of what we normally do. I guess we got to listen to the fucking fans because our money is being hit now, or else they're just going to laugh their way to the bank. That's it. That's the only way. All right, let me take that down. Let me now move into the recap of the battle. And I got like 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 more six more topics after this related to this battle. All right, let's move into the recap of the battle. Recap. Let's not even dance around it. Let me not drag it. Let me not try to draw out some climatic fucking take. It's a clear 30. Easy 30'd. Clearly, Twerk in this battle. Easy went first. His first round was very good. I like this first round. Twerk's first round was his best round. He started to get on the thin ice, and you can kind of see like, this is going to be a shaky day for Twerk again. Okay. Easy got timed. He was rapping, boom, 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 and it landed. And one thing that stood out on the paper to me was Easy had no debate at all when he got timed. It's almost just like, I know. Which shows me that what seems to be short round limits was absolutely understood here. We're going to get into that in a second in a separate title. But there was no contest of the time limit and the time. And Twerk might have even gotten time during the battle too. There might have been multiple times where they got cut off of time, but definitely in the first round was clear. Easy time. He stopped rapping. He was compliant. Didn't argue. Didn't say a word. Didn't try to rap another bar. Nothing. I was just like, it shows me something. I'll hold on to that for a second. Second round, Easy's best round. Easy went with the whole angles of Twerk stealing, Twerk not fulfilling his potential, Twerk being bad for the culture in certain respects. That whole thing that sometimes Twerk needs to expect that he's going to stand in front of. But the way Easy put it together was kind of masterful. It was kind of great the way he did it. He was kind of talking to Twerk's soul in that second round to me. He was kind of talking to him. I was just like, oh, that hurts. That hurts. But once again, in the second round, there was some choking by Twerk. He hit that water, and it was just like, third round, Easy had another very good round. It might be better than the first. It might have been. I think I remember one of the main angles in the third round was going the direction of Twerk's car being shot up. and Easy explaining that he was there and this is what happened and blah 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 blah. So he went with a personal. He went with a personal. You know, I know these guys have been, you know, as of the last couple of weeks, has been looking like they're best friends all of a sudden. I didn't see that coming from some of the old energy that they've had, but somewhere along the lines, they look like become very very friendly towards each other. I don't know how that happened. You know what I'm saying? And they still went for blood in certain respects. You know, I saw Easy even say something. I think it was in the first round. He said, "Heard your name was on some paperwork." Now, you're supposed to be able to accept anything in battle rap, right? But then at the same time, these are two street niggas, right? So saying something like that is also supposed to be like, "Ooh, is that true or not?" To put that in your raps. So I just say that to say, to even invoke that shows that they're cutting at each other, or Easy is willing to say certain things that is outside of how cordial we've been showing the fans lately. You know what I mean? And the third round for Twerk, though, he jerseyed it. He got it felt like a couple bars out, and then he says, "Man, I'm going through some stuff, man. That's it." And he let it go. And it was just like, we're not even getting a third round out of Twerk. It was just like, and shout out to Chilla. Chilla was there hosting the battle. Camera pans up to him. You know, unfortunately, he doesn't get to have that charismatic. Yo, you already know it is what it is. Classic battle, y'all. TBL, we out here. He's just like, yo, shout out to everybody. Thank you for coming out. That's it. It was like, damn. That's how the battle ends, with Twerk going last. So the recap of the battle is a clear 30. Easy had a very, very good performance. If there's another thing that I noticed in Easy performance that I liked a lot, and he's done it before, but he highlighted it here, and it seems like he might have done it on purpose. The way he transitions to topics, like he even did it in a way where he called it out a couple times. This is where I insert the drug ball. And I was just like, that's nice. It's nice how he did it. Because if you just go from, I'm talking about Twerk being a piece of shit, and then just start talking about your Confederate flag shit, but the way he transitioned was creative. You know what I'm saying? So never can question how great of a battle rapper Easy the Block Captain is. And he displayed that here today. So shout out to Easy for the performance. Twerk, he had some good haymakers that we expect, but not a good performance at all. And you saw the rant from Caps that we just played. Okay. Quick topic now. Let's go to, what does this mean for Cassidy and Easy? I'll make this one short for y'all. If the Cassidy and Easy battle still happens, which seems like it's becoming very less possible, or probability, low probability. What Cassidy loses now is all the angles and energy that he built up in his promo. And that's one of the shitty things about Cassidy and or Twerk battling the same person on back-to-back days. You know, something can be dropped out from a fan perception, fan excitement. It could be very beneficial for Easy, right? There's talks behind the scenes that he wanted to do multiple battles in December, etc., and it was trying to alley-oop towards winning Cody. If you take down a bunch of big battlers and opponents in the last minute and leave that last impression on the year, yeah, you're gonna make a good case for Cody. You know what I'm saying? So, but outside of Easy, how good that could have been for him, especially if he wins both battles clearly, right? Let's talk about for Cass. Let's go back to him. That's not good for Cass, especially now the order of the battle, because all the Pottsville stuff, your mother on drugs, some of that stuff, Twerk used, you know? So now it doesn't get to be fresh for the rounds for Cassidy. And he built all that stuff up in the promo, you know? And then even the way that fans are psychologically, it's like when you hear something for the first time, and even if it's a cool angle and you do it a creative way after that, it's a little bit of sting left off of it now, you know? So Cass would definitely have to revisit his rounds to see where he can avoid losing edge from watching now us all the culture seeing Twerk and Easy. You know what I'm saying? But there's an upside for Cassidy in that as well. If the battle happens, the upside would be Easy clearly won. So now if Cass was to clearly beat Easy, you know, that ups your win. You know, he was already the underdog prior to a lot of the promotion, you know, just from a pure how people analyze the battle rap style of Cassie and Easy. Easy came out the gate, has a heavy um projected winner over Cass. Right. So now let's say people still feel that now that they saw a round or whatever, because it's split. I see some people say Cass won the first round. Some people say Easy won the first round. However they feel, if Cass was to then beat Easy now after clearly beating Twerk, that does more for Cass, but you got to weigh it out, you know? And once again, you would have to revisit your bars and dance around the timing of things. Timing always plays a part of how things is happening and how the fans pick up and perceive and interpret certain angles and how they hit, you know? So I see some things to pay attention to, even if that battle still happens. Let's move on to the business effect. It's only a $20 battle, right? The market of battle rap is already struggling. It's not some super lucrative arena, okay? Not everybody's pulling tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars out of these events. All right, TBL did not sell 10,000 streams today, okay? It's not a heavily promoted, led into situation. It's only one battle. You know, they could have even taken a hit by sacrificing, let's just get this battle in front of the fans. We got, you know, the situation with Cassidy and Easy. They could have sacrificed. Let's just, you know, recoup something. You know, let's get $20 out of it, at least for people that really want to see the battle at this point. Let's get something. But even putting it together, man, I'm whole sympathetic towards it, because as a league owner, I understand even putting that little small room situation together could cost thousands and thousands of dollars. You know, you're rebooking your production crew, your camera crew, you're rebooking the back end pay-per-view. They got to work again. They cost money again for a new bandwidth. You're rebooking the location, you're rebooking security, you're rebooking the battlers. Easy's been on a bunch of streams talking about TBL still got to get more business, right? Or need the battles happening or whatever. So you don't know if they got to come out their pocket more, even though the battle didn't happen twice, all right? There's just more money that comes out. And it's not easy, given the climate of today's battle rap arena, to cover possibly what today cost with a $20 quick, VOD. Like if you want to see it, here we go. But they could just be trying to recoup as much as possible. Now, here's what really, really hurts TBL and where I sympathize with them: the performance of Twerk. Because if Twerk gets in there and has the performance that he's capable of having, why some people say he's the greatest ever, if he has that, and this wasn't Easy's best performance ever, and time limits could have hurt that, I don't know. But this was a very good Easy. And if you would have got a very good Twerk, the clip that we played for Caps, that's not the take that goes out. The clips of Twerk saying his bars and looking like he's on thin ice, or the clips of him choking, or the blog is Jay Black got a video up right now. I'm pretty sure I saw the title of it. It was negative, but I'm pretty sure if I click play on it, he's going to start nasty, dirty, sloppy, disgusting. That's the narratives that start to go out, right? So before people even realize the battle has happened, or they're looking for their take, should I buy it? Should I not buy it? Should I spend the time? Should I not spend the time, or whatever? You got this whole wave of negativity of, oh, he did it again, and all of that going on. Is just like, and then that's what people start to say, fuck it. I just watch the highlights. I'll just watch the clips. And now they don't even get the opportunity to pick up those sales of having a good battle. And that being the energy that goes out. That being the promotion that goes out. That being the reaction from all the bloggers and the fans that goes out. That TBL doesn't even get that now. So do you call that bad business? Depends how you look at it. So I sympathize with TBL there. I do. I don't know how they end up in this spot. There could be a bunch of variables leading in where maybe they should or they shouldn't. But at the end of the day, they put a big high-profile battle in front of the fans. However they got there is how they got there. But we got to be at least happy for that. But then the outcome of it, and then the nature of the event within itself, and me knowing how the behind-the-scenes budgeting goes, they got fucked. I'm being real. I'm being honest. Sorry, it's true. They got fucked. They got fucked. They lost money today, if you ask me. And even if they didn't, which is a high probability that they lost money today, in my opinion. How about the battle? The upload has no replayability. You know, it goes from being a mega match and a million view video possibly that gets played for thousands of views every year as everybody has barbershop talk years later about it and goes back and replays it every once in a while, to it's going to come and go. So what happened on the rematch? Whatever. Twerk, he didn't show up really. He was going through stuff. He jerseyed. He really didn't do a third round. His second round, he showed. His first round, he was on thin ice. It was shorter rounds. No really crowd there because the history of how they had to put it together. And nobody cares about this a year from now, this battle. Nobody cares about it. And that's loss of money on YouTube. It's just fucked. It's just fucked up. I just know this game. It's just shitty. It's just shitty. All right. Let's get into this topic. The selling of a bad product. Let me make it clear. All right. Kind of being sarcastic towards like how I put that thing in front of Easy the other day related to Jay Black's take. Like, no, this is just an opinion. This ain't no false information that's going out. It's just an opinion. Okay. When I say the selling of a bad product, shout out to Twerk because he even ended his third round saying, I'm going through something. And he's even got interviews where I think he said it's like he's been going through something for months. Okay. And I don't know what those things are. They could be very, very critical. And I'm a human first. So respect. I don't know what those things are, and I'm not in his personal business. But there is a but. There is a respectful but. The respectful but is somewhere along the lines between TBL, Twerk, and Easy. It could be all three. It could be one of the three. It could be two of the three. But somewhere mixed in that, some of these people need to know, we got to assume, logically, know that this product isn't going to be good before it gets sold. It's like doing a card, knowing that the main event ain't showing up, but you didn't say nothing until the stream was over and shit. I'm not saying it's that is like thievery when leagues do that, but if everybody knows that this is not going to be a good situation, there has to be some culpability for the people that still push it forward to the fans and then give us a face-off and have us thinking that we're about to get a good product. When it seems that behind the scenes, people know this possibly is an opportunity to pick up your money. Whether multiple people or at least one are that being allegedly a priority. And I see Easy saying certain things about Twerk. You know, he's on the phone, whatever. And it's almost as like they're getting together to say, like, yo, let's not fuck up the money. Boom, boom, boom. And I respect it. You got to get your bag. It's Christmas time too, man. He's got families and bills to take care of, man. I'm no fucking hater. And I'm not trying to step on nobody's bread. But that could also be interpreted in a way of like, you walking me into something and you're selling me something and you know it's not going to be a good product. The restaurant is not supposed to purposefully or knowingly bring out the food uncooked. You know what I'm saying? Like when I look at this beautiful menu and I say, oh shit, I'm about to get the skirts, steak and the mashed potatoes, and you're gonna sprinkle the gold flakes on it and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes out and it's not cooked right and it's expired food and it's spoiled and it smells bad and it's not seasoned. If the chef knew that that's what the only shit that was left, you're supposed to tell me now we out of fish. You're not supposed to sell me the spoiled fish. You know what I'm saying? That's an issue. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. You can't sell a bad product knowingly. Now, it's never going to be the league's fault when they book a battle and they're not there sparring. They're not there listening to the rounds. That's not their job. The league has a job to do. Coordinate, collaborate, finance, and it's a big job that the league does, bringing everything together. That's why certain battlers never want to fucking work for themselves. Like, for example, there was opportunities for Chrome And Easy talked about times trying to negotiate with Cassidy, but Chrome and Trenches never worked it out to book Cassidy on those platforms. Instead, it was another league to book Easy and do it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, when you look at it from a standpoint of did you know? Did you know? And we have to look at it like that, even from the bars. Now, let me get into that topic. This is all, I'm just speaking what I see, and I'm trying to be respectful. This ain't coming from I'm not trying to tear nobody down. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm really being supportive, but at the same time, it's just like we gotta call a spade here. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, do you want me to? I give so much grace to my peers. How you sooner or later, I'm like, damn, like so you got to do a little bit of getting that shit, ARP. That's what we come to you for, your experience. Like Twerk's bars were all recent. It was like current events. The Pottsville stuff, the your mom stuff once again. He had a segment from the best part that we heard about Easy's round in the first round versus Cass, the update him shit. Twerk came with the update him shit. So you gotta ask the question. If this battle was booked to go down months ago and it didn't happen, the Lux battle was happening, all that stuff and cool, and that didn't look fully prepared to certain people. I thought he had a good performance versus Luck. I do. But the battle didn't happen then. Then it didn't happen that on day 2, when everybody had it planned as the secret battle, right? For the night after the Cassidy event. And then fast forward, you get here, which is a couple weeks even after that. Did Twerk have bars back then? Because all I hear is current event stuff that he did the update him stuff from Easy's round. So was he ever prepared? That's what makes fans say, how many of y'all got this looking like this is just picking up a bag, picking up a back end? I'm trying to be logical here, respectfully, people. If Twerk would have had a bunch of material that wasn't current events from the Cassidy battle and Cassidy promotion and all that, and he was stumbling and all that, I would just said he just wasn't prepared again. But now I got to ask, was you prepared back then too? Because you had all current event bars. I'll leave it alone. Here's another thing that opens up that question. I mentioned a piece of that prior. The short rounds. Now, I want to assume that a battle of this stature does not have the round lengths that we saw tonight. I want to assume that. TBL, Easy, Twerk come out and say, no, you're wrong, ARP, and I'll accept it. But for this to be, it's a main event battle on any league. On any league. It's a main event battle caliber, okay? And like I said, I have eyes and ears. When Easy got that time in the first round, he was sharply compliant. Didn't argue, didn't mumble, nothing, just boom. So maybe it's understood behind the scenes. This is what it looks like. It looks like nobody believes that Twerk is prepared like that. Or maybe Easy and I don't know. It looks like they believe Twerk or understand that Twerk might not be prepared because maybe he's going through something. And shout out to Twerk if he's actually communicating that to people, telling the league or shout out to them. But then once again, you're asking yourself, who's aware that you're about to possibly serve cold food? If you're staying with me now with my analogies, all right? So was the time limits even reduced? Because a battle of this stature, the way it was a sharp time, it was short, just a question, just an observation. All right. All right, let's get into a whole different discussion now. I want to talk about the legacy of Easy and Twerk. Okay. Now I watched the Face Off yesterday, and there was like a cordial little back and forth that they had when Twerk was like, "I'm the best in the world," and then when Easy spoke, he says something like, "Now I ain't gonna lie, after me, he's up there." That was a nice little response. That was funny. So if you ask yourself, chat, who's the better battle rapper when it comes to the timeline of battle rap? New Jersey Twerk or Easy to Block Captain? And let me give it 30 seconds before I start to go into this topic. Who's the better battle rapper? New Jersey Twerk or Easy to Block Captain? Who's better? Go ahead, chat, go. I'm going to bring some of y'all up on screen too. Easy. It's the first one. Easy. Easy all day. Twerk more replay value, in my opinion. I'm not going to skip any. No picks. Easy. I don't know. Take the question however you want to take it. At least Easy get through his rounds. I think Twerk changed his rounds. I think, well, it didn't help him if that's the case. But Easy. Twerk when he's focused. Easy only because his skills are only part of the battle. Twerk really did a Hitman remix to Cass. Easy. Hold on, stay on point, y'all. Easy. They are both equal in star power. Honestly, Twerk when he's not on BS. Easy. Twerk. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Appreciate the chat. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are helping me lead into this topic. You see a bunch of answers that said Twerk when he's on his A game. History will not allow Twerk to do that. Current state of battle rap in the current of being like in the day, you know, in the moment. We can all say that. Twerk can say that. I can say that. Hell, Drake can say that, right? I think Twerk might be Drake's favorite battle rapper, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody can say that, and he's earned it. And he's that good, right? But the legacy of battle rap and the timeline will not allow Twerk to do that. And I'm just being 1,000. And people rap this to Twerk all the time. It was the best round of the battle. If you guys have seen it or do see this Easy round going at Twerk, and Twerk is respecting it as Easy's rapping it to him. And I'm just doing a take that's based around it, you know, so nobody has a problem with logical opinions, especially when they're already vastly a consensus, okay, of Twerk's ability. And Twerk cannot have the timeline and the legacy and the future of battle rap correct all of this for him. So the answer is easy. Right? You can't just say, and this was one of the angles from Twerk, I mean from Easy. He said, use a if, nigga. If this, if that. If I was rich, I would do this. If I was had the opportunity, I would do that. Everybody could be a if nigga. Everybody could be a if nigga. And we all believe that Twerk is supposed to be the best of all. I shouldn't say we all. A lot of us believe that Twerk is supposed to be the best of all time. But the fact is, you can't have the title. He can't have that title. I would like to be the best league of all time. Fact is, I probably can't have the title. Sorry, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Then again, no, I think I could be the best league owner, but I don't think I could be the best league. I don't think I could go down in history. That's out of my reach of being the best league. I'm keep it 1,000. Being the best league owner, though, I don't know. I might have a claim to that. I might. Well, I'm just trying to show you that the thing about Twerk is this, like, let's use like the NBA for a comparison, right? You got like your Brandon Roy's, who is supposed to be one of the best players that the NBA was supposed to see. How about a Grant Hill? He was one of the faces, if not the face of the NBA for a quite a amount of time. He had all the sneakers. He had all the endorsements. We all tried to play like him. He had the talent. He had everything. Grant Hill. Injuries took him out the game. Right. Never won a chip. Thank you. I love my chat. Derrick Rose. Right. Derrick Rose has some of the best in-game highlights that we've seen. You know what I'm saying? Dunks. They used to call his shit in the paint his launch pad. Right. When he gets to his launch pad. Zion is too. I don't want to talk about Zion right now. It's too early. He looks like a bust to people. This is where I was going next. Penny Hardaway. Right. Almost changed what guards look like. The tall almost shooting guard type of guard, right? Injuries, never won. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Philly. What's up, Philly? Since y'all have been in the headlines a lot lately. Philly, they say arguably the most skilled big man of all time is Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid will never have the legacy of even a David Robinson, not a Shaq, not even in today's era of a Joker. Not nowhere close to ever an Akeem Olajuwon. You know what I'm saying? Why? He couldn't stay on the court. He couldn't stay. He couldn't continue to show his full potential, and then that made him lose a lot. Like he never got to the finals, and I don't know if Joel Embiid is ever going to get a chip because if you have him on your team, the offense is supposed to run through him. He's that talented, but if you can't stay on the court, you know, if Joel Embiid was retired within the next 3 years, I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked. And that would be his legacy. The if, like Easy's round, the if, the if, the if, the if. Now, if I want to try to do some analogies, Twerk's got championship rings, you know, like his chess battle, his nitty, you know what I'm saying? Like he's got some championships, right? Or yeah, I don't can't. He's got some crazy performances, but the amount of problems and battles that were missed and chokes and big moments that didn't go or match his level of talent, it alters the timeline of your legacy. And therefore you cannot surpass like an Easy. You just can't, even though a lot of people think that you're better than everybody, you know, and that's just fair to do. And I hope that that's motivational, but it's just been a lot that's already happened. So, you know, it just is what it is, you know. Now, once again, I know Twerk at the end of the round said he's dealing with some personal stuff. So shout out to him. Hopefully he gets through that. But there's also been a lot of times where we've seen the choking and the unpreparedness and we weren't aware of anything going on. You know, I'm just being real. I'm just being real. And so, you know, it ends up being that type of outcome after all of this build up and all this drama around the two battles and all of this. You know, everybody's got their different takes. You go over to Jay Black, he's going to do a sloppy, dusty. You go over to Caps, Caps going to be like, yo, fuck that. We ain't You come over to me, I'm going to talk about legacy. I'm going to talk about occurrences that I'm seeing, like with the time limits. And did you guys know the food was going to be served cold? And, you know, I'm coming in some other angles, but it still all boils back to the fans not getting what we should get after what should have been months and months and months of prep time or knowing that this battle is on the books, because I'm pretty sure when it was all over, neither one of those guys had a problem getting paid. And that's just how the cookie crumbles in front of the fans. All right. Shout out to Bearded Brick 201. He gifted 5 of them things at 8:21. So that was over an hour and a half ago. Oh, we've been here that long. We've been here almost 2 hours. Good stream. Interesting takes today, man. And thank you for the chat and y'all participation today. God the Brand is here. He gifted 5 of them things as well. So we got 10 memberships, at least bare minimum today. I'm not read through the rest of this yet that went out today. That is so dope, and I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Shout out to the whole green team. Y'all are the truth for that today. Thank you so much, folks. We got John Hinged. Is this John Ryan? John Ryan? I bet you this is John Ryan. John Rhines. John Rhines is my homie. John Rhines has some of the best takes in battle rap, but he goes under the radar because he's never taken the full position like a full-time battle rap blog or whatever. He used to be like John Rhines Reels or whatever on YouTube as well. He used to also do the like a keep it real type of a segment, something like that. Or let me talk to you. Or man, oh no, that's what it was. It was man to man. I know John shit. It was a man to man. Like he like, hey, Mav Hoffa, man to man with you. And John has some of the most man to man real takes. And his channel now is John Hinged. So check him out on YouTube, people. His shit is incredible. And we text each other. We was texting yesterday about some shit. We text each other behind the scenes all the time about what he got going on. Homie is dope. He's a very, very solid guy. Really, really, Really has some quality shit over on his channel. Shout out to John. Bearded Brick is here again. It says, I heard Nas versus Scoob is locked in. So that's what I mean, Holla. You playing a nigga tomorrow that's about to take on the best, the god tier of this shit, Nas. Yo, I'm home team. I want Holla to win this shit. It's just an uphill battle because we know who Scoob is. And Holla's coming in. Boy, you gonna shake shit up if you beat Scoob. If Scoob is playing, I don't even want to do that. Fuck that. Scoob, if you lose, you lose. That's on you. If you don't bring your A game, that's on you. Fuck it. Take advantage of him then, Holla. You know what I'm saying? No excuses. Fuck it. Yo, Scoob is one of them guys. But let's go, Holla. Let's get it. But Scoob and Nas is locked in. That's dope. You know, we all are waiting for Nas and Rob. But politics is in the way of that. There's like a battle rap element to the 1v1 space, and it's fucking crazy. It sucks, man. But whatever. Pride by the Ghetto. Appreciate the super says. LOL, that performance is from his tour last year. This was at 908. Which performance? What topics was we in about an hour ago? My bad for forgetting this, homie. My bad. That performance was from his tour. Was talking. I know Dave Chappelle came up recently. They telling me that Dave Chappelle got a new joint out. I gotta catch it. So Dave Chappelle is my comedian GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the top guy. All right, he's number one of all time. So I gotta figure that out. Jay is here. She says, "Take the Sweat Goods voice." I remember when you wrote this too, and I saw it. I think it was during the Tekashi topic as well. I think, or the title. Sometimes the Snitch Is Right shit. We got Beast Jake Curlock 1300. I remember also threw out 5 of them things about 45 minutes ago. So it looks like about 15 memberships went out today. 15 of them things. Who's not on the Green Gang? Huh? Who's not even liking the videos at this point? I'm telling you, man, we got some incredible takes over here. And we are what they call a diamond in the rough. We are good at what we do over here. We really are. We really are, y'all. So I appreciate the memberships. I really do. I appreciate the supers. I appreciate the interaction and all the stuff that's going on in the chat. I appreciate the support. Go on my Instagram, ITSARP. I put this up the other day, the 2025 recap that Quarter Lab sent me. And it's incredible. I did a take on it in like yesterday's stream or the one before too. I opened up the stream talking about this. Incredible, man. 8.8 million views this year. That's fucking incredible. I wouldn't have thought that the channel did 8.8 million views this year. I would not have thought that. Froze, I saw your take the other day. You was like, hey, ARP don't give a fuck about no easy views. Me and Charlie Clips did like 1 million+ views on his channel this year. So what does that mean? He's still getting paid off of me versus Charlie Clips. I saw your take, Froze. But I deserve to. I paid for it. Shit, that even loans into the Charleston White and the owner and part of it, right? If I don't get it then, hopefully I get some damn replay value to get it later. I'm an investor. I'm not a today earner. I want to earn tomorrow. That's how I approach shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes things don't pay off, but sometimes they do. You know, so if Charlie Clips versus Rosenberg Raw put up 1 million views to this year, I'm proud of that. I appreciate that. And that fucking third round from Clips, he's a bastard. But nah, Froze had a dope performance, man. Them both my guys. Shout out to y'all. Okay. Thank you, Melly. Melly's here. Payday, our member, is here. ARP was my top view channel in my year review. Fire. I'm about to put up an Instagram post of that. A lot of people has been tweeting me a screenshot of like their year-end YouTube recaps. Y'all could tweet it to me. I'll add you to my Instagram post. But I got a bunch of them saved in my phone, and I'm gonna put them on my gram just like commemorate. But I appreciate that. Go crazy. 8.8. Yes. You get a membership. Look under the chair. Kicked off of and shout out to y'all people out, you bloggers that don't have YouTube Premium yet and are playing content and got to go through commercials. What's wrong with y'all? Twiz, what up, G? Facts. # Green Gang. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. I see some bricks here. Is all we ask is trust. Real shit. I bet ARP doing his homework before he speak. Why did I click this? Nah, I'm not doing a homework thing. I do see everything. I do see everything that's going on, though. Okay. Shout out to Harry Stees. Do you believe? Our member in the building. Twerk is Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is number 2 to me. Second best in-game dunker of all time. The first is Vince. The first is Vince to me. You know what I mean? You dig? You dig? You dig? Yeah, 8.8 of them things. 8.8 of them things. We got members in the building. It dropped on Netflix after the fight last night. Oh, new Chappelle. I'm on it. I'm on it. But I got to stick to my plan tonight. I'm about to watch The Shining. Do you believe? Shout out to ARP. Thank you. Shout out to our members in the building. Appreciate y'all. Okay. I'm about to get up out of here. 2-hour stream. Interesting takes, interesting topics with y'all. Thank you for letting me get them off. I had a great time today. Tomorrow. I don't know what time we're going to be here tomorrow. Like I said, I got a brunch dinner. I mean, not dinner, a Christmas party to go to. I'm going to be there. I got to watch football tomorrow. I got to watch a Holla stream tomorrow. We'll probably end up back here tomorrow night. Probably be. So I'm sorry to the morning crew, but it's probably going to be tomorrow night based on everything that's going on. Plus, I get a chance to see all the shit that's going on, and we talk more about it. So, all right, everybody have a good night. Happy Saturday evening, and I'll catch y'all in a second.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
I think still got a gun.